Good early Monday morning, you guys. Happy early starting trading day, okay? So currently where I am, it is 5:11 a.m. And I'm looking at some potential for our setups, and I'm going to share 3 of them with you guys this morning, even the ones that I just entered or one that I just entered. So let's go ahead and let's start with Euro New Zealand dollar, okay? I'm going to break this pair down for you guys. Now, if you follow me on TradingView, or if you're subscribed to my email list, then I've already sent these trades out to you, but now I'm going to update them for this morning for you guys, okay? So we're going to start here with Euro New Zealand dollar, and I'm going to break this pair down for you guys. So I am looking for a buy on this pair. Now, I'm not in a buy. I know right now you guys see price going up, but watch how we have to have patience for trade setup, okay? So let's go ahead and break this pair down per the 4-hour time frame. Some of you guys gonna be like, but Shaquan, you trade the daily. I do enter trades on my daily, but I am extending my technique to lower time frames for when it's time to enter on lower time frames. And then when it's time to enter on the daily, that is still my primary time frame, meaning that's the time frame I analyze my currency pairs on. That is the time frame I look for most of my trades, but that is also the time frame that's going to lead me into the trades that I take on a lower time frame. So the daily is literally my bridge to everything. Higher time frames, weekly and monthly, lower time frames, 4-hour and or 30-minute time frame. Okay, so let's get into it. What I'm looking at on Euro New Zealand dollar is the fact that price made a new high on Friday. So let's break down how we got there before that happened. So price was trading at 1.62789 New Zealand dollar. Then she dropped to 1.61615. What this lets us know at this point is that the price of euro decreased, meaning that people who buy euro, who are from New Zealand, who need to exchange their New Zealand dollar to the euro, they're able to buy the euro now 1 cent cheaper than what they had here. But then price went up to 1.62813, now meaning that people in New Zealand, if they wanted to exchange their New Zealand dollar into euro, they're now going to be paying more than what they were just paying previously. So this is when buyers, the traders, come into the market. As you guys see, when price made a new higher high here, because now 1.62813 is now higher than 1.62789, now you have to look and say, okay, well, if that's the case, can price stay above 1.61615? And indeed it did. And this is how we got this new high at 1.63083. This means buyers are in the market because now these two numbers have increased, and then this number increased, okay, at the bottom here. So this is not the time to look for sales. This really is the time to start to look for buys, since your numbers are increasing or your exchange rates are increasing. So what I am looking for is to see now if price can pull back to my estimation zone, and if we can get a buying opportunity above 1.61935. Now we're still trading above 1.61935, but I don't think this is the best price that I can buy Euro New Zealand dollar. So that's why I need that pull back. Now I don't take trades unless price hits my zone or touches my zone, which would be down here. The way I plot my zones are only based on higher lows and lower highs. Okay, I know, most people do their zones based off of higher highs and or lower lows, and that is not the way that I trade. And I get asked about that all the time, like, how are you plotting your zones? Because you do it differently. I do my zones differently. I just trade opposite of what other people trade, because if the majority of people trade one way and then you start trading with them, and then if we hear that the majority of people lose, then we should actually do the opposite, and that's actually what I end up doing. Okay, so this is a trade setup that I'm looking for. One of my entry prices will be about 1.62305. I'm just gonna round it. And if we come in my zone and we stay above 1.61935, I would be buying back up to the previous highs here at 1.630s. So the next pair that I do want to take a look at is going to be New Zealand USD, which is actually a trade I am currently in at the moment. Okay, so this one may have left. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's break this pair down. So yeah, okay. What I was looking at on this pair is quite simple. So price topped off at 0.72186. And then she went down to 0.071409, went back up to 0.71892, and then she made her low here at 0.71318. That automatically lets me know sellers have control, because price on the bottom, on the lower lows, went from 0.71409 to 0.7131318. The moment price went lower, that says, hey, sellers, no need to look for buys. So now that means that when you look at a pullback, this is price pulling back, and where you don't want price to go. At this moment, I don't want price to go past 0.71892. So this would be me looking for a sell opportunity below that exchange rate. Lower lows, lower highs means price goes down. Okay. So I did enter this trade right here this morning at 5 o'clock a.m. Right now I am in profit. You guys are watching my setup as it plays out. And yeah, so let's see. I want to see if we can hit some first targets here at the previous low. And then my second targets are always my negative 27 Fibonacci extensions. Okay, so this is just me personally. I'm not here to give any recommendations for stop losses or anything, because I think that part is always personal. I keep the same take profits no matter what I do in every single trading scenario. Okay, so this is one that's playing out right now. Last but not least, I would give out USDJPY. Okay, I think this one will have a really great setup. So I know I got a lot going on, but I want you guys to focus on what I'm going to be saying here. Okay, USDJPY, let's focus on the numbers here. So back here, this was the highest at 114,700. This was the last higher low here when price was increasing to the left. Now I don't trade to the left, I literally trade to the right. Okay, meaning this is great for analysis, but over here is great for trading purposes. And I want you guys to hear me well with that. So what happened was price ends up passing 113,988 and drops to 113.880 Japanese yen. So that just means that price is trading shorter, a few cents shorter this way to the left. And then price comes and makes a new low at 113.651. So you can see that the lows are getting lower. And price pulls back, cannot top 114,700, comes back to 114.208 Japanese yen. Then as you guys can see, we have another decrease, right? So as we're getting this decrease, once again, it's not the time to be a buyer on the 4 hour. It's the time to be a seller. But I am looking for a pullback. Okay, now if you counter, that's fine. And that's what pullbacks mean. Pullbacks mean you counter, right? But see, I want to pull back, because if I'm the seller, I don't want to, be the buyer. So what I'm hoping is that if price does this, if price can stay below 114.208, which means it has to come back into this estimation zone and prove she's ready to continue down, this is where I'm looking for my entry here, is around 114s. And then I'm going to sell back down to the previous low at 113.41s. So this is how I'm looking at these three currency pairs this morning on the 4 hour. As you guys can see, I am literally looking at trades as they trend, not so much going opposite of those trends. Okay. And I'm watching how the exchange rates are either increasing or how the exchange rates are either decreasing to understand the flow of the market, not so much the structure. So if you guys notice, trend is first, where are the exchange rates going? And then my zone, my estimation zone, estimating where price is so I can get the best entry price, and then being patient enough to wait for it. Okay, so this is how I'm looking at my trade setups this morning. These are just a few. Okay, I pray that you guys found value. If you did, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them down below. And soon I will be opening up the Swing Trading Society, so you guys can come and analyze charts with me and back test as well. And if that's something that you're interested in, you guys just stay tuned. Society will be opened up later this week. And I will talk to you guys in another video. You guys will be blessed.